Former President Buhari has commended Tinubu on Nigeria. Now, while you and I are stressing, are stressed, are protesting, are hitting the streets, we're talking about the cost of living, we're talking about the insecurity, food scarcity. People are jumping fences and looting federal government warehouses in bid of finding food. Our President Buhari thinks that President Tinubu is doing an impressive job with the country. The Vice President visited Daura, which is where our former president resides, on a courtesy visit to sympathize with the residents of Katsina over the recent killings in the city, and he dropped by after doing that to visit the former president and got the commendation for the job he himself and the president are currently on. Having walked the presidential path himself, Buhari's praise for Tinubu, of course, is going to carry weight, right? It's a seal of approval because this is someone who has lived and done exactly what it is you're doing and understands the challenge of running a country. And he said that he thinks he's doing well. Well, do you guys agree with former President Buhari? Do you think that President Tinubu is doing well? Here are my thoughts on this. I think, first of all, the reason why it's making the news is because, like we said, he's a former president and he says he's doing well. It's going to carry weight and he does understand the challenges. I almost feel like it's also just like politicians talking politics. I'm not going to take it to heart because, again, they're always political. There's no other word to describe it. They're always diplomatic, and he's being diplomatic. He's not going to say in front of the cameras, Tinubu is like that thing that you're doing, you're not getting the job, or Sabiamo, you're not really getting it. He's not going to say that. He's going to say, you're doing well. Nice job. Move on. I don't even know how much Buhari really cares about what's happening or what's going on, in my opinion. But again, maybe some of you know better. But I don't take it to heart. I don't take it to heart what he said. I think he was just being diplomatic, and I think he was just doing exactly what it is that politicians do. They make their friends feel better, and they're not going to tell them their real mind. But someone online had something different to say. He said that he smells sarcasm in Buhari's words. Why do we say that? Because if you remember, Buhari is a very sarcastic person. President Buhari has always been very sarcastic. He's very snarky, and he's very what's the word? Always has a little quip. You can never really believe anything he says. But the person said that he thinks that Buhari's words are a subtle "I told you so" to those who criticize his own rule. Sonny said sarcastic comments, and he said this: if you think well, you'll understand. He said before he left that he will be missed. True to that, some people are already shouting Buhari was better. Now, if you hear Buhari say, "I'm happy about Tinubu's government and performance," what do you think he really had in mind? Chigozie also shares this sentiment. He says, this is someone online, this statement by Buhari is openly ironical. It's ironical, implying he's very happy about it because he's vindicated by its performance. This is what should be understood of the statement. Well, we'll never know. Again, I do think that Buhari always had a tendency to be very sarcastic and tongue-in-cheek. So, but I think in all irony, at the end of the day, right, what President Tinubu has inherited is 8 years of Buhari's administration, and what we're seeing are the consequences of that. President Tinubu has only been in power, it's not even been up to a full year, so a lot of the damage that we're seeing, and it's not just President Buhari, it's years and years, it's administration after administration heaping on bad policy after bad policy after bad policy. Also the way and the cost of governance in this country. I don't think people understand how much that is an issue. Remove the cost of governance in Nigeria, do you know that 65% of our problems will be solved? Because the cost of governance is just too much. But aside from President Buhari hailing President Tinubu for doing well, the International Monetary Fund has also praised President Tinubu for having the courage to make tough economic decisions that his predecessors failed to make. The IMF, if they're praising you, you should be a bit nervous. Anyways, we'll leave that one to the side. This might sound good on paper, but many Nigerians have lambasted the government for being anti-poor, and I fully agree. I think that the state of the country and the cost of living right now is just not feasible, and because Nigeria doesn't have social services, doesn't have actual social welfare, everyday Nigerians have been left out to dry. They accuse the government of prioritizing policies that hurt the average citizen, making them worse off, and I agree. The poor cannot breathe, it's too much, it's choking. So President Tinubu has to give us better bandages as we deal with this wound called Nigeria. All right, guys, that's it for today.